Welcome to the 22 Lions podcast. Today, we're getting super practical. How do you actually get your book out into the world? And where does this platform, 22 Lions, fit in that picture?
Yeah, this is for anyone sitting on a manuscript, or half a manuscript, or, a Google Doc called Book Final V7. We see you.
So 3 big paths. First, traditional publishing. That's the classic get an agent, pitch to publishers, cross all your fingers and toes route. You usually don't pay anything up front, but you need to be accepted, which is hard, and it can take years.
And they're picky, gatekeepers everywhere. If you get in, they might handle editing, covers, distribution, all of that, but you give up a lot of control and a big chunk of royalties.
Second option is DIY self-publishing. Total control, no permission needed, but you're the entire publishing house. You've got to sort formatting, cover design, distribution, marketing, advertising, all the unsexy bits on your own or by hiring freelancers.
And it's easy to get stuck. Plenty of people stall at, how do I actually upload this thing to stores? Or what even is an EPUB? It's freedom, but it's also a massive to-do list.
That's where 22 Lions comes in. On their site, they describe a kind of vanity-hybrid model. In plain English, you invest upfront, like vanity publishing, but you keep creative control and your royalties, more like self-publishing.
Exactly. You're not begging anyone for acceptance. One of their core promises is guaranteed publication. If you come in with a complete manuscript that fits their basic guidelines, they don't put you through years of maybe someday.
And they lean hard on reach. They state global distribution to over 50 stores and more than 240,000 libraries worldwide. So you're not just throwing a PDF up on one retailer. You're plugged into a big network out of the gate.
The other big claim is royalties. They position themselves as author first. After costs and retailer fees, the royalties go to you. They describe it as essentially 100% of royalties after costs, which is very different from a traditional contract.
Right. In a traditional deal, you're fighting through percentages. Publisher cut, agent cut, all of that. With 22 Lions model, you pay for services, but then you're not forever splitting your earnings with a publisher.
And you can see how that lands when you read their testimonials. One that jumped out to me was someone saying they were finally published after 20 years of rejections. That's literally on the site.
Yeah, that line hits. It tells you who this is really for. Writers who are tired of waiting for permission, and also kind of tired of wrestling with the tech side of self-publishing alone.
So, if we zoom out, traditional is slow, but can be prestigious. DIY is cheap, but overwhelming. And 22 Lions vanity-hybrid sits in the middle. You pay up front to have them do the heavy lifting, formatting, distribution, marketing, while keeping control and your royalty stream. Check out their services at www.22lions.com.
And the rest of this episode, we're going to unpack what that actually looks like under the hood, what you get at different tiers, and then how you'd literally click through and upload your book on their site.
All right, let's pop the hood on this vanity hybrid thing. On their site, 22 Lions lays out 3 main paid tiers, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, and each one adds more done-for-you support.
We won't quote exact prices because those can change and they're clearly listed on their site. But the pattern is, Tier 1 is the entry point, Tier 2 is more complete, and Tier 3 is the everything included package.
So Tier 1, think of this as, I want professional publication, but I don't need all the bells and whistles. You get the essentials they call out, ebook and paperback formatting, cover design, publication and wide distribution, plus that global reach into 50-plus stores and all those libraries.
It's a good fit if you've maybe got your own marketing ideas or a small platform already, and you mainly want someone to handle converting your manuscript into something retailer-ready and actually live on the stores.
Tier 2 is for the I want more help making noise crowd. It builds on Tier 1 and adds stronger marketing support. On the site, they talk about premium marketing and promotion in 7 languages. That's a big deal if your topic isn't just English only, or you want international discoverability.
And then Tier 3 is where they bundle almost everything they offer. Formatting, cover, publication, wide distribution, premium marketing, plus more tangible perks like an AI-generated audiobook, multiple translations, up to 6 languages are mentioned, and a batch of printed copies, like 30 paperbacks included.
Tier 3 is basically do it all for me and help me reach as many markets as possible. It's going to cost more, but if you know you want an audiobook, you want translations, you want print copies in hand, it can be simpler than buying each piece separately.
And some tiers come with an annual fee. That's linked to keeping your book actively distributed and promoted over time. Again, the exact numbers on their pricing page, but expect that ongoing component as long as you want them managing things.
Now, if you don't want a full tier, they've got what they call core self-publishing services. These are a la carte building blocks: manuscript to ebook and paperback formatting, cover design, publication and wide distribution, and that premium marketing in 7 languages.
Think of these like Lego bricks. You can say, hey, I only need formatting and cover. I'll upload to retailers myself. Or, I've already got a cover, but I want the distribution and marketing handled. You don't have to jump straight into a full tier.
On top of that, there are more specialized add-ons: AI audiobook creation, AI book generation, translations, and transcription. The AI book generation is for people who have material or ideas and want help structuring it into a book-ready draft using AI tools the team manages.
Translations are a big one. They mention up to 6 languages in the higher tier, but you can also order translations as a separate service if you want to test one language first. Transcription is useful if you're starting from audio, like a podcast series, and want that turned into a manuscript.
So when would a first-time author go a la carte instead of a tier? If money's tight, you might start with manuscript to ebook only, get your digital version out, and upgrade to marketing or print later. Or if you already worked with a designer, you might skip their cover and just buy distribution and marketing.
And if you're like, I just want someone to hold my hand end to end, then a tier, especially tier 2 or 3, makes more sense. You get a clearer package and don't have to assemble your own mix of services.
The key idea is 22 Lions positions these tiers and services so you can match your budget, your tech comfort level, and your ambition for reach, instead of being stuck with a one-size-fits-all publishing deal.
All right, let's walk through how you'd actually do this. You've got a manuscript. Maybe it's messy, but it exists. How do you go from that file to, I'm published with 22 Lions?
Step 1's nice and simple. Open your browser and go to 22lions.com. On the home page, you'll see an option along the lines of Publish Your Book. That's your starting gate. Click that.
From there, they guide you into an online form where you can upload your manuscript. It might be Word, maybe another common format. They spell out what they accept on the site. You'll drop in your details, book title, and so on.
Then you hit the decision point. Choose a tier or pick individual services. The interface walks you through the tiers, tier 1, 2, 3, with what's included and the current pricing. If that's overwhelming, you can scroll to the core self-publishing services and add just, say, manuscript to ebook or cover design.
You basically build your package. Do you want formatting only, or also an AI audiobook, translations, marketing? Once you've selected what you need, you proceed to payment directly on the site.
Now, let's set expectations because timelines matter. On their FAQ and service descriptions, they give rough ranges. For the manuscript to ebook service, they mention anywhere from about 24 hours up to 5 days, depending on complexity and length.
AI audiobook creation takes longer. They quote around 2 to 4 weeks. That covers generating the audio, checking quality, and getting it ready for distribution. Translations usually sit in that 4-week window per language, according to what they state.
During all of this, you're not just shouting into the void. They describe ongoing communication and support, email contact, updates on progress, and the ability to clarify things like pronunciation for the audiobook or notes on your cover.
And because it's a vanity-hybrid model, the agreement is non-exclusive. In practice, that means you're not locked into them as your only route forever. You keep control of your rights.
They also emphasize you can withdraw at any time. Obviously, if services have already been delivered, the money you've paid for completed work doesn't magically come back, but you're not trapped in a multi-year exclusive contract like some traditional deals.
On the money side, once your book is live, the structure they describe is, after retailer fees and direct costs, royalties go to you. They frame this as effectively 100% of royalties after costs, which is very different from, say, a 50% cut in a traditional deal.
Yeah, and you still get the benefit of their distribution network, those 50-plus stores and 240,000-plus libraries, without giving away a permanent slice of your income stream.
So if you're listening and thinking, maybe this is my year to finally publish, the lowest risk next step is honestly just to go to 22lions.com, hit Publish Your Book, and fill in the online form. You don't have to buy the biggest tier on day one. Just start the conversation and see which option fits.
Totally. Don't wait another 20 years collecting rejections like that testimonial we mentioned. Even if all you do this week is upload your manuscript and look at the tiers, you've moved from dreaming to doing, which is huge.
All right, we'll wrap it there. Lachlan, this was fun. Nice to get concrete about the steps instead of just talking someday theory.
Yeah, mate, I love a good step-by-step. For everyone listening, we'll keep digging into tools and platforms like this in future episodes. So stick around.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Go check out 22lions.com if this spoke to you. Keep writing, and we'll catch you next time.
See you later, folks.